Does not to be on. Trying to engage. I'm gonna turn that down too. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Osa, and today we are playing our new Saturday morning stream on Oakfield Farm, Farm Sim 19. Now, I think when you guys last left me, I was ploughing and liming all my fields, of which we have 3 of them. Well, field on our right, number 2, has been cultivated. Field on our left has been limed and then ploughed. It was grass, it will be grass again. We're just bringing this guy down here to get all that started. Huh. That's kind of weird. There, that's better. Okay. So, we are cultivating the fields. In the meantime, we'll head back to the yard, because we have stuff to do as well. Fortunately, not too far to run at the moment. I will use tap between vehicles every so often. But right now, it is day 2. I did spend off-stream time. Good morning, Captain Zankin. Welcome to the stream. So after the stream last week, I did spend some time finishing off the ploughing and finishing off the liming. Unfortunately, I did have some problems with the seeders that I bought. The first one was a seeder cultivator, and I could not get it to reverse. So we gave up on that. And I bought another Horsch 12-meter seeder, and when I left it, it was parked like the plough was, and I came back a little bit later and it was very nicely parked facing that wall. So I thought, well, I don't remember doing that, but okay. And then when I came back later, it was nose first into this corner trying to break through the wall. So at that point I decided, yeah, that's not working for me. So, we've gone back to our 12-meter Lemken, which unfortunately means it doesn't do fertilizing. So the plan now is we need to fertilize the fields and plant them. Oh, this is tight. I should have used the Lindner to get that out. So I think I'm going to park this on this side, so we're going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering to get that turned around. I also found that the Challenger we have has side and rear work lights, which is kind of cool. As you can see from the side of the vehicle as well as the front and back at night time when you're working the field. So that's going to be kind of useful if we do work into the night. Okay, I'm going to park that there. And we will unload the lime spreader. And I figure out which button does what again. Well, most of them don't have any. I mean, you look at the front of this tractor and we've got that bank of lights at the top there on the roof line and the bank of lights at the bottom. So if I run through the light settings, you've got regular back work lights, which are all the ones at the top of the roof, and a couple on the fenders, and then all the rest of those are the main work lights at the front. So that gives you a really nice pattern front and back, but there's nothing on the side. If we go take a look at this guy, I don't see where the lights are coming out from, I must admit, but I don't know. I can work these. Oh, there's a worker on board, so I can't work them at the moment. Anyway, let's do that, and okay, where'd that line go? Who knows? So I'm going to fill this up with the fertilizer we bought, since we don't have any other equipment that we can use it on. I am going to have to replace this fertilizer spreader at some time, I think. Because it comes with the wide tyres, and there's not a lot I can do about that. And if we're going to go out there and fertilise fields when the crop's growing, this spreader won't work. But I don't intend to be using solid fertiliser either too much. Got back into detection range of a pallet. I am going to try and keep to using these what do you call them, bags. Since they are more typical of UK farming. Who put that trash can there? There we go. And that'll be the last of the fertiliser we have on hand. Okay. And I might take the low loader back to the store and sell it and buy the other one. I think I've got the other one loaded. Because we can double use that for hauling carts and things like that. We're going to have to deal with the weeds already. That's a pain. So since this field's ready to go, we're just going to fertilise that and then seed it. We'll do this one first, although I do want to get back to number 3 and get grass into it as quickly as I can. So I think that looks like the grade I did the cultivating on, so we'll do that. And I'll send him off as well. Stand clear. Whoa. Yeah, and the spread on that is much wider, doing fertiliser than lime, so it shouldn't take him quite as long. could load the cedar using the little tractor. I think as soon as the grass starts growing, we'll get some sheep in so we can start bringing in some money. Okay, let's check the low loaders. What do we have loaded? I don't have the flatbed with the ramps at the back. That's a pain. So the only thing we have is the two we already have. Those two, yes. Okay. Do I have a weight for this? Yeah, we did buy one. Let's install that now. Let's see if we can get that trailer unloaded without too much trouble. Looks like I might be able to connect that too, so let's do that first. Okay, and oh, I can reload it with everything closed, so we'll do that. As this gets heavier, it's going to get difficult for me to move this with this tractor. I'm going to have to find somewhere else to put these pallets because putting them here isn't ideal. Okay, that's as full as it will go. Side, it might be easier. There we go. Climb in the wrong side of that and unload it. Okay, very carefully. Now this is inadvisable to move very far, I would think. So very gingerly we will drive this around the yard. Good morning, half team, and welcome to the stream. I think I may stick this in here for now. It's the shed I'm using for everything at the moment. Probably shouldn't block the light switch, but oh well. probably break a couple of bits of wood, smashing it into the wall. So I don't know what the deal with the fertilizer being a problem on this tractor, but seed pallets seem to be relatively okay. And why am I still using my old FS19 driving controls? As you might be able to tell from the tyres, I'm not intending this tractor to go anywhere near dirt unless another tractor tramps it through the that was rough, tramps it through the yard. This is strictly a yard tractor for now. Helper G has finished. That's good. Who's Helper G? Unrealistic time. That was rather fortunate the way that landed. And we'll shunt that back into the corner. Okay. I think for now I am done with this tractor. Get to grips with the four-wheel steering. This can go back over here. We're done with that for today, or at least for now. There we go. So, turn the camera around. Let's go find one of our finished work tractors and see if we believe him. Ooh. Okay. That's impressive. What's going on? I sent him to fertilise that field and he's now doing this one. I can see this hedgerow is going to be a problem for leaving workers to it. Well, the cultivator got on quite well, so I'm guessing he's stopped down here in a tree. Oh look, there he is. I guess you could say he finished his job. So yes, lights on this thing. And Helper J just finished as well. So that's the standard lights. Okay, which is the bunch down the front here. And now we've got back and side working lights, but I'm not seeing where the side working lights are illuminating from. These are all pointing backwards and there's nothing at the front here. Oh. that under the turn signal? Oh, there's a light under the turn signal. Just noticed that. But that came on when the front lights were illuminated. I don't know. But as you can see from the lighting arcs, we do have side work lights. Kind of cool. Even if we don't know where they came from. I'm not going to worry about cultivating that bit. Technically, I don't have to cultivate any of this because the way the game plays, if you've ploughed it, you can plant it. Although in real life you can't. Okay, you do your thing there. Looks like I got the angle about right. And we'll go and figure out what this dude's doing. Because you're not supposed to be in this field. Still got a lot of fertilizer left in this thing. Helper B has finished. Are you serious? This does not look like it's being cultivated either. Oh, that's because, yeah. That's because, yes. We'll get this bit done. Oh, missing bits. Drifting it down the hill, which isn't good. So is that the bit where the island is? Yep, sure looks like it. Okay then. That'll be shadows to our left, which is okay. So yeah, my feelings are a lot of these fields are going to be problems for workers unless we load courseplay and figure out how it works. But we've got a lot longer to learn that now, since FarmSim 21 isn't releasing this year. My personal opinion is that's actually kind of a good thing. There's always a slow point, especially for YouTubers and streamers at the beginning of a new FarmSim game, where you're basically stuck with the game itself. There's no mods, there's no nothing. In fact, well, when it releases full, you have giant mods, which are really stuff that came out in FarmSim previous version, and wasn't ported immediately into the game, but they could have done that. So I think this year the Ursus bale trailer, the excuse me while I drive into the tree, and the round bale wrapper. So where's baling tech? Of course I didn't load them into the game, but you'll see in game we just got this and this, and there's a round bale version equivalent. And that was in Farm Sim 17. They didn't release it directly into the game for Farm Sim 19. But I think they hold back some of their stuff in order to test that the mod hub's working. Because obviously pre-release they're not testing the mod hub. And so it's good to know that the mod hub works with all the stuff you bring to it. Estancia La Pacha wasn't released as part of the game, but it was released in pretty much the first mod drop. But that's all we end up with. So yeah, it's. I also play Train Sim. Now, Train Sim has been around since 2009. I don't know that I bought it in 2009. I might have bought it in 2010 during the sale just before they released the 2010 version. And as such, all of the mods and DLC that was produced in 2009 was available for me to either download mods or buy the DLC. And that DLC and those mods still work on the 2020 version of the game. Now they do a game update every year. About 2-3 years ago, they did a 64-bit version of the game, which basically allows them more freedom in making big maps and more detailed rolling stock. The core essence of the game is the same, but because of that, I don't mind. You get the game update free every single year if you own it, and then if you want to buy the new routes that are packed with the game, then you pay $40 for a new game. Which, okay, fine. Some years I look at the routes and say, not interested, not buying the game. But there's enough people who maybe decide, I want to play Train Sim, who will buy the latest version of the game, or they'll look at the routes and say, yeah, I like those routes, I'll buy them. So, Dovetail are making money on the game all the time, but it's not. It's not a. You've got to throw away everything you've already downloaded and start from scratch, which kind of is what Farm Sim is. Brakes. Okay, turn the engine off there, and we'll walk through the fence and go and find the other one.